let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. We had some news break. I don't really want to call it breaking news because I don't think it really comes with much of a shock. But Mike McCarthy was let go, which opens the floodgates to a bunch of rumors and speculation about something you brought to life about a month ago. Deion Coach Prime, Deion Sanders is rumored as one of the leaders in the clubhouse for that job. I mean, Richard, first off, what are your thoughts on this move to get rid of McCarthy? And do you see Deion Sanders as Coach Prime of the Dallas Cowboys in the near future?
Things are playing out in a way that makes it very difficult to say it can't happen, because how curious is this whole thing, this whole Dallas Cowboys debacle? Because the Bears request an interview with McCarthy, and then the Cowboys say, no, you can't interview our coach. He's our coach. We're going to work on an extension with him. But then they don't. And then they fire him. I said, look, there's been a couple dick moves by the Cowboys. The Cooper Rush situation where he had just to play that game and he got $250,000 bonus, and they played Trey Lance, dick move. Not allowing McCarthy to interview with the Bears when you knew you were going to fire him, dick move. But then to wait this long and not be in the first window to interview Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. What? Why? And that's the part I don't get. Unless you're telling me that, hey, you talk to Deion and he says, for the right price, I'd hear you out, Jerry. And Jerry said, well, that's enough for me. See ya, Mike. I sure do appreciate everything you did for us. And man, you're a good old coach. We wish you the best. If you need letters of recommendation from the Dallas Cowboys, we'd be happy to tell them everything that you did for our program. And we sure do love you. And don't let the door hit you on the way out. But Brian, brother, come on in for an interview now. Then it makes a little sense, Mitchell. And then it makes a little sense, because you would have thought they would have been high on trying to get Ben Johnson. Or you would have thought, hey, call Bill Belichick and tell him not to take the NC North Carolina job, because we're going to be interested in you and we're going to get rid of McCarthy. But they didn't do that. And so now I'm like, what was your plan? Mitchell, I think it's Brian.
The way you painted that picture, Richard, I have to agree with you 100%. I mean, it makes no other sense. But you know what? I mean, Jerry Jones has been doing this for the last several years. Hey, why don't you get ahead of the game and extend Dak Prescott? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait till the next 5 quarterbacks sign and then pay him close to $60 million a year. Hey, what about CeeDee Lamb? No, I'm going to wait for Amon-Ra to get paid. I'm going to wait for all these guys to get paid. I'm going to pay him more than all those guys. Hey, how about Micah Parsons? Why don't you sign him early? Nah, I'm going to hold out until I can pay him the absolute most I can possibly pay him. Richard, Jerry Jones is one of the staples in the NFL. No question about it. He's one of the biggest names in sports. But I got to question some of these decisions, point blank, period. But the way you painted things with Deion Sanders to the Cowboys, I'm fully on board with that. But the question is, do you think it'd be a good fit? I mean, is that going to bring wins to Dallas?
Maybe. But the wins, I don't think were the problem. And I know I was tough on Mike McCarthy as anybody. But I've said this too. There are very few coaches that have won as many games as Mike McCarthy in the last 5 years. I think it's Andy Reid. I think Sirianni, maybe Kyle Shanahan. Like, all the guys that have won more than Mike McCarthy have probably been to a Super Bowl or been to an NFC Championship game, and he just hasn't had the playoff success, which leads to criticism. It's welcome. It's what comes with the job. Hey, you win in 12 games every year, 13 games, but then you get to the playoffs, and do I need to start the song? No, you guys already know it. Divisional and done. Divisional and done. But do I think that Deion would come in and push them over 12-5 or 13-4? Probably not. You know what I mean? I don't know if he could push them further than Mike McCarthy did record-wise. Now, what I do think he would be able to do is put butts in the seats. Like you thought they were a draw before. When Prime gets there, you've never, well, we've never seen it. I don't think we've seen it yet. We've not seen fans come wearing the coach's jersey. There'll be more fans in these stadiums wearing the coach's jersey than there will be the player's jersey. And that's everybody included. I mean, Dak Prescott might have a couple, but they're going to be in that pro shop. It's going to be Sanders 21s being sold if he's the head coach, and they're going to sell out. I just don't know if it's up. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm concerned about for any coach that goes to coach the Dallas Cowboys right now. That's a tough act to follow. Like that's a lot of wins over a 4 or 5 year span. Now, you didn't have the playoff success, which is the ultimate success that defines a coach's legacy and does all that. But regular season, he did phenomenal. Built good offenses. The offenses succeed. Solid defenses. Had multiple DBs with 9, 10 interceptions. Deron Bland was having crazy years. Trevon Diggs was playing great, which means, I mean, Al Harris, I look for him to get a head coaching interview or a DC's interview. Like he did a great job with those guys in Dallas. But that's the part that concerns me. Is anybody going to be able to live up to what Mike McCarthy did? Because otherwise they're going to get fired in 2 years. And so that would be my concern with Deion if he can't turn it around, because now you have to deal with the big contracts of CeeDee Lamb, the big contract to Dak Prescott, the big contract for Micah Parsons, the big contract for Trey Diggs. So it changes the way you build a roster. It limits your resources. And sure, there will be guys that take pay cuts to maybe play for Deion, but not that great. They're not taking half. And so that's the part that concerns me. And then again, Deion he's only coached his son at quarterback for a long time. Now, he has not coached another quarterback for a long time. And he won't be able to coach his son in Dallas. The Dak Prescott is going to be the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys for the foreseeable future. There's no trade partner, I think, that'll take him. There's no out of this contract anytime soon. And I don't think there's any world where you draft Shedeur Sanders with your first-round pick if you're the Dallas Cowboys. And if it, with everything being said, he should be gone within the top 5 picks. So that's where it doesn't make as much sense for Deion to take the job, in my opinion. But for speculatory purposes, makes all the sense in the world.
I love it.